Welcome to the Rondo. We're back. Back again. It is... What is it?
What are you talking about, the date? It's the 1st of December. Yeah.
It's the 1st of December, but what's special about today, Joe?
Well, you know what? I was going to say this for later, but got something in my bag for us. Don't worry.
Where you going for
So
us?
today's a special day, yeah?
Where's that there?
It's the funeral of Manchester City, so we got a bottle for you. Yeah, I got a couple cups.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Drink today.
Let's take a drink. Let's take a drink to the funeral of Man City. I didn't even know you were
Listen,
going to come prep like
man.
this, you know.
Today's a special
My
day,
guy,
man.
you know.
Today's a special day.
Bring up your cup.
Today's a special day, man. No, I put you something, man. Because listen, yeah, we've been tormented for like how many years?
How
since
many years?
8 years, yeah. Of title after title.
Title after title. What, in the last 7, they've got 6, no?
Bro, yeah. 6 and 7. In fact, you take that one.
Okay, no problem.
Listen, 115 charges. I had to deal with Aguero, Haaland, the informed De Bruyne, end of season Gundogan, Bernardo. Bro, it's a mad thing. Like,
But today.
Yeah, listen, I don't even like Liverpool, but I like what you've done for the league, yeah? Because you may have killed them once.
We've crashed it. They're not in the title race no more. We're going to get onto that.
It
But
may
no,
be over
honestly,
for them.
actually, that's a wonderful start, actually. No.
Listen, man, pour that out, man.
Give me that drink.
Oh, it's a funeral, fam.
No, brother.
Listen, I want to raise a toast, yeah, because it's been a difficult few years dealing with this devil in this league, yeah. 115 charges, nothing happening to them, winning title after title. You may have finally slayed the giant, so let's drink to
Let's take a toast.
Pep Guardiola. Cheers. Rest in boiling piss, bro. It's over.
What a beautiful start to the show, man. And that drink, ooh. Nah,
good,
man.
That tastes good. You're real.
The ashes of Man City, I can feel it in the drink.
I can feel it.
That's a beautiful start, man. It's your boy AA hosting. I'm joined by my guy.
Joe, you saying?
Yeah. So, on today's agenda on the Rondo, we are going to start off discussing, is the title Liverpool's? And have City truly crashed out of it? Have to do that. That's the headline game, a massive game today that ends 2-0 and leaves Liverpool 11 clear of City and 9 clear at the head at the top of the table. Then we're going to talk about, do Arsenal or Chelsea have something to say about it? Have to talk about them. Both very dominant wins. Dominant wins, sorry. Today, both by 3-goal deficit. No, Arsenal's was yesterday. Chelsea's was today. Both by 3-goal deficits. Then we're going to talk about a little bit about Aston Villa. No wins in 8. Everyone thought that they will, be the favourites for that top 4 spot. We don't know what's happening. Guys are saying that Arsenal fans still say, no, not Arsenal fans, sorry, more rival fans still saying, is Emery a better manager than Arteta? Then we'll do our typical match roundup and then we'll do the bonus topic. So, without further ado, Joe, let's talk about it. Liverpool.
You go first, man, because that's your team, man. It's a good day for you.
No, it's a very good day, man.
How do you feel it went?
It's a very good day, man. I think, listen, it was a massive game today, and I really wanted to see a performance because, well, a performance, yes, but also I just wanted the result because I knew what it meant. Us winning that game today means City are crashed out the title race. For me, they should actually, they're in a top 4 race for me, really. 11 off the top of the table. Let's be serious. I feel like everyone's still talking about them because, oh, it's City. Oh, they're going to click into gear. No, bro, you're in a bit of a top 4 race right now. Now, listen, I know City, I think they'll be okay. They still have enough quality. They still have some players to come back. I think Kovacic coming out of things has been massive. Yeah. But 11 clear of the title at this time, I'm not taking them in. I'm not taking them in. And the fact that it puts us 9 ahead as well, even ahead of Arsenal, I think psychologically, that's huge. And I really think we are in the driving seat now to win this league. And I don't think it's coming.
So before the game, you weren't... in the group chat, you was a bit 50-50. What are you favourites to win the league?
Yeah, favourites to win.
You're gonna win it. Like,
so I mean, you're saying 50-50. I was saying I think we're gonna do it, especially when you're looking the way City look. But I was always saying that this game was key, and once we win this game, I'm all for us winning this title. We're in the driving seat now. I'm having it. Like if we don't win it now, it's a bottle. It's a bottle.
Okay, even though it's early. Okay, I like that.
Even though it's early, I'm not accepting it. We bottled it, and it would be disappointed. We have to win the title now. We have to crunch on. We're 9 clear of Arsenal, so. Even though Arsenal are a good side, they look like they're in form. They do have more favourable games in the second half. I think 9's enough.
You think 9's enough?
I think 9's enough where you're saying, kick on and win. You never know, though. Obviously, it depends how it turns out, but I would be very disappointed.
Yeah, how do you think the game went in general though? Because to me, I thought Liverpool started really well. Then I thought you let City back into the game a bit, but then you got the second goal, which is to kill the whole game. So I feel like
Yeah.
in between the two goals, City had a bit of joy, but it's not the City of old where they would have had a lot of possession, a lot of domination in the final third. So
Yeah, no, absolutely. I thought we started electric. Those first 20 minutes, we absolutely blew them away, and we should have been 2 or 3 up. I think that was the game plan. I feel like Slot should have adapted his game plan because I think the plan was to blow them away in the first half, go kind of like 2 ahead, sit off in the second half, and kind of defend well and depend on our counter. I don't think we should have sat off in that second half, only being 1 ahead. But at the end of the day, it worked because our defense was superb, and Slot has done a lot in improving our defense. And even though City had a lot of the ball, and you always do feel a little bit nervous when the other team has the ball, they didn't do anything really.
yeah.
I think about 2 shots on target, other than the chance that we gave to them, which Van Dijk, I don't know what was going on there. They didn't create much. The defense was superb, and yeah, in the end, we did the job and got the result. So I can't really be too critical at all because for me, that's what was important.
Yeah, man. For me, I think City, from a City perspective, they were disappointing again today. I feel like I didn't watch the match in midweek, but they're giving away a lot of chances in these matches. Like they're not as defensively solid as they used to be. I feel like there's certain players in the team that they're just not doing their job. So like obviously Guardiola was out of the team for today. He's been off form. I think Rico Lewis has been off form. I think Akanji's been off form as well. I feel like their midfield, the midfield two that they had today, got bypassed a lot. And I feel like there's an issue with going forward when obviously Rodri's not on the pitch, he's injured. And obviously KDB's not around either. And you're looking at Foden to really do something on the pitch. And that's just not the type of player he is. He's not what we thought he was. Like, I'll be honest, I don't like using the F word, fraud, a lot, yeah? But he's looking a bit fraudulent when he starts in the middle. Like, he's not the centre mid people think he is. So creatively,
It doesn't do much there, does
doesn't do much. Like,
Doesn't have a huge influence.
someone said that, like, when the vibes are on point, like when things are going well and all he has to do is just shoot, he's your guy, like, honestly. But in these tough away games where Uncle KDB's not there, you know what? Foden reminds me of a supply teacher, yeah? Because like, yeah, like they can't really control the classroom when the teacher's not there. Like the naughty kids start making up all sorts of noise, changing their name. Like 1 minute your name's Ayo, next minute your name's Jacobs, all this madness, yeah? And he doesn't have control over the midfield when it's his responsibility. Like he can't run the game without a KDB or a Rodri with him, or even a younger Gundogan. Like Gundogan's legs are finished, isn't it? So like in this game today, he was supposed to be the creative spark for Man City because they didn't really have anyone else, and he just couldn't do it.
It was on him today.
They were better in the game when Doku was on. I'll be honest, Doku was probably their best player, and he only played like 30 minutes or so because he's actually running at players, trying to make things happen. Creatively, City were awful. Haaland got no service, and I just feel like it's done, man. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I think it's over. I think 11 points, the form they're in, the injuries they have, I just don't think they'll be able to get back.
So it's done for City.
It's done for City.
Do you think the title's done?
I don't think the title's done.
So are you still backing Arsenal to win it?
I still back Arsenal to win it. I'm still holding on to Arsenal to win it.
You think you can recover a 9-point gap?
When I saw it was 9 points, I was like, okay, 9 points is a lot of points. But in some ways it's not, because single digits is important. I think psychologically for us, especially like during this busy period, there's a lot of games. I feel like 9 points, if you win every game, that could be overhauled in like 10 or so games. I feel like by February, if we've won every game, I'm gonna say from now until like February, so, and then see where we are in the table. That's what I'm doing. I'm not really looking at the table and making too many conclusions. Just keep winning games, and then see what happens. And if at the end of it, Liverpool's wins every game as well, and they're still 9 points, okay, you gotta clap your hands to them because Liverpool have played excellent this season, and you're on course for a lot of points. But I don't think it's over yet for Arsenal. Chelsea are on the same amount of points, but I don't think they'll be in there in the run. I think it is a 2-horse race. I think City are out of it. I think they'll get top 4 like you said, and everyone's saying City could go on this run. I don't see a run in them, to be honest.
There's no run.
Like, I don't see a 15-game run. In them.
They're done.
Like, and even if they win, even
they
6-7,
they know. You saw Pep lost his head.
Bro, Pep was holding up
today.
6. Pep, his head loss
he was moving
crazy
like Mourinho. That was. You remember Mourinho after the Sevilla game when you're just like, I won 3 titles.
Respect. Like that's
respect. But that's the type of thing he's doing. For him to rise to the fans, saying that about he should get sacked. That's absolute nonsense to you. Like, to come back and start doing 6, it's getting to him.
Do you think
he's not used to this type of adversity?
That's him admitting it's over, but I've won 6 of them. Like, yeah, you may have this one, but I've got 6. I think he's admitting.
No, he knows it's over. He knows it's over.
Yeah.
So, and that bald head is hot.
That's great, man. I love it.
I love it. It will be useful to see what he's made of and what he can do. But let's kind of hone into some specific performances. So Mohamed Salah today got a goal, got an assist. Wonderful to see. That first assist, the quality of the assist to Gakpo.
That was
And honestly, the ball before by Trent,
yeah.
unbelievable. Those two today, they were really good in that first 20 minutes. And I think one thing I just want to say about Trent and Salah, right? And listen, like, guys might get onto me for this, but I feel like when we're talking about all-time great right-hand sides, a lot of the time people say Neville, Beckham. Yeah, they may have, all the Premier Leagues and whatnot, and they won a lot of trophies, but they weren't up against this City side. So now I ask you, when you talk about player quality, I'm sorry, they're nowhere near Trent and Mohamed Salah. I'm so sorry, they're nowhere near. If you're going player for player, you're looking at Salah, you're looking at Beckham. I think they even had a debate the other day. Salah brings more. In all-time debates, that position is Salah. If you're looking at player for player, you're looking at Neville and Trent. I'm sorry, as a right back, Trent is a better player, bro. Neville may be more balanced. Those two are proper blockbuster right-hand side. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Neville and Beckham, they're like the most elite of almost like good, like efficiency. I don't want to disrespect them, but do you know what I'm saying? Like Trent and Salah, they're giving you stuff that's out of this world. That play by them for this goal today in a big game, title deciding game, that ball by Trent out wide, boom, cuts them open. Salah then gets it, stands up his fullback. What a pass, man!
That's crazy.
It's proper like when you watch it, that's those are two world-class footballers.
That's quality, and that's something Salah's really developed in his game, like in recent years. Like as he's gotten older, he's become really good at like assists and like really putting balls on the plate for Gakpo in this instance. We know what Trent can do with long balls. Like Trent's long balls are some of the best we've ever seen, really, in this country. Like, but Salah's really improving that side of his game, and that was a quality assist. I'll be honest. I can't really argue with the right-hand side thing. Obviously, like those two together is a bit of a cheat code, and it's crazy that their contracts are both expiring at the same time. I thought that's mismanagement by Liverpool. Like, you're stressed right now. Like, that's just mismanagement in my opinion. Because like, if one or both of them aren't around, then it's just a massive failure. Like, and to be honest, I didn't get your thoughts last week because I wasn't here on Salah's interview. Like, because I know that Carragher's not liking it and all that. But I heard Sturridge today saying it's okay.
Yeah, Salah had a little dig at him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. But like, are you happy with him going public, like talking about his contract?
Yeah, no, I'm happy for Salah to do it. I think he's giving the fans what they deserve. He's showing his viewpoint. He wants to stay, and he wants that offer, and it's hurting him emotionally. He wants to get it out of the way so he can play properly. He doesn't like the fact that he's going into these games and he's thinking, wow, this could. He even said it again today. This could be my last game against City at Anfield. These games are massive to him, and you can see that he's still so passionate. So I'm all for it. Let it be known that you're willing to stay if you're paid the right money. And I don't think Salah would ask for anything absurd. He signed for 350 when he was, top 3 players in the world. He's probably that again. And I think he'd signed an extension 3 years for 350. And you're thinking about what the likes of Vinicius, Mbappe are earning. Haaland as well, when you factor in his bonuses, his salary is ridiculous. You got to pay him that money. I think it's ridiculous. Liverpool are a very tight, pathetic club sometimes in terms of a hierarchy and ownership.
In terms of Trent, Salah, Van Dijk, who'd you give the money to first? And who'd you give the money to last?
It's a tough one. I think Trent and Salah are more irreplaceable, but Salah and Van Dijk are more irreplaceable, but Trent is the most valuable.
Okay.
So given that I want to get some titles from this team, I think Trent. I think I keep on messing up. I think Salah and Van Dijk are the most important, and then Trent. But I want all three of them. It's like it's small margins here. I don't want Trent to leave at 26 years of age for free.
That'd be awful.
That's awful. I want us to sign all three, and I think we can. I think Trent is the only one where I'm a little bit unsure of whether his heart is at the club. But I think if you put the right money on the table, and I don't even think with Trent. I think, funny enough, I think Salah and Van Dijk, I think it's more about the money and feeling valued. Salah is one of the best attackers in the world, deserves a certain amount a week. Van Dijk, his last contract was 200 bands a week, and you're looking at the quality of player he is. Yeah. He needs a bump up from that, and probably even though he's a bit older, he's almost like, I want a little bit more peas because I was kind of underpaid over my last contract.
Yeah.
Now, Trent, I think it's a thing where I don't actually think money's the deepest thing. I think he wants to see more ambition from the board. He seems to be very motivated by trophies. So, yeah, but it's a lot of things that I want to see my club do, but we'll have to see. I can't see a world, unfortunately, where we extend all three.
Wow.
Which is a shame.
That'd be a shame.
And I don't really know how it's going to pan out. I honestly don't. But yeah, man, it's terrible. But we beat City today and we're winning the league, so I'm not going to really think of it.
Good
We'll see
news,
how
yeah,
that pans
yeah.
out.
I hear it.
But yeah, cool. Next on the agenda, let's talk about So in that second half, Liverpool's defense. I think just a key point for it. I just wanted to say, we've only conceded 8 goals this season,
No, you don't. You're
and
defensively.
we're 13 games in.
Defensively, you're doing all right this season. Like
I have to
don't
give
really
a lot
expect
of
it.
credit to Van Dijk and Gomez. And I just wanted to give Gomez a quick shout out before we move into the next topic, because I think him coming into you look at Joe Gomez, and honestly, I'm so proud of him because he's a player, right? Went through 2 terrible injuries, particularly that second one that he got into the COVID season. Completely changed his game. He lost a lot of his explosiveness. Gomez was quick. He came back into the side and had to play because of injuries. And I remember in that Klopp season where we were struggling generally, we came about 5th 2 seasons ago. He was awful. Honestly, lots of people were calling him to like leave.
Yeah.
I was one of them. No, I was one of them. I was to get out of the club. You're not at the level, even as a rotational player. And to see him adapt his game and get back to his best, I thought he was amazing last season, playing right back, playing centre back, playing left back. He's our 3rd centre back choice now. And to come back into this game against City and play the way he played, man, it's exceptional, man. I know Van Dijk was the man of the match. He was amazing. But I really feel like he deserves a shout out for the performances that he's put in, man. And he's a South boy as well, man. Love that.
Yeah, no, shout out to South Boys, man. No, he done well. He done well today. I feel like it was difficult when Konate got injured. I gave Haaland a bit more of a chance of scoring, but Haaland didn't like scoring at all today. And City, as a whole, didn't really like scoring, and that's credit to the defence you had out there as well. I know you've got a few injuries in the back line, but it doesn't seem to be affecting you. Like, I don't know. Maybe going on to the busy Christmas period and play that twice a week. Obviously, no Konate, no Bradley. Like, it could catch up, but for now, you're looking all right, so...
No, we're looking good, man. But yeah, I think those are the main points from the
well done,
Liverpool City
Well done,
game.
Liverpool.
Yeah, no, well done,
Enjoy
Liverpool.
it,
Like
enjoy it.
we move on, as you said, in the driving seat. Oh, one thing I just say, that second goal, it was good to say, Salah, thank you for taking a normal penalty. No, honestly, Salah does this thing, right? When he shoots with his instep and he opens his body and he goes to like the left corner.
Yeah.
He takes that penalty normally, apart from the other day against Madrid. I don't know why he hit it with his laces. That technique was really weird. But whenever he does this weird thing, whenever he's going down the middle or like to his right side, where he just laces it and it kind of goes down into the middle goal. But he actually uses his side foot and takes a normal penalty.
Yeah.
Like normally, I hate this guy's penalties normally, man. Like he takes like 7,000 steps and just smashes it towards the goal. I don't even know how his ratio is actually pretty decent. So it was good to see him take a good penalty with the side of his foot.
No, that was a good penalty today. The one against Real Madrid was awful, genuinely.
I don't know what made him go with that verse.
Yeah, bro. No.
The technique was mad. But yeah, anyway, Liverpool from the driver's seat. City crashed out. And as you say, rest in piss.
Come on, man. Great day, man.
Man, that tastes good. Cool. Moving forward, let's now talk about whether Arsenal and Chelsea have something to say about it. As you said, we'll start off with Arsenal. You said to me that you think the title race is still on. It's still early. It's just about winning your games. How did you feel smoking West Ham 5-2 away from home? Because that was dominance. That first half was brutal. And there was only a lapse in concentration that let you in. Otherwise, that could have started getting... You know what I mean? So I was thinking, when it was 4-0, I was thinking, someone's going to have to come in there and tell those boys to calm down.
And then, listen, we played, since Odegaard's been back really, we played really well. Forest last week, we smoked them. Sporting the other day, that's when I said, okay, we're ready to really go on a run. Like Sporting away from home after what they did to Man City, we dominated that game, we scored a lot of goals. So heading into West Ham, I was really confident. And we played really well. Obviously, we went to 4-0 up really quickly. Some of the passing, some of the link-ups between some of the attacking players was brilliant. Like Saka and Odegaard in particular, their link-up yesterday was unreal at times. Obviously, Havertz and Trossard also got goals. Yeah, as you said, they scored twice. It was a weird period of time after they got the second goal where I started to think, I don't know how this is going to go, like momentum-wise. I don't think in terms of the balance of play, West Ham were good, like to get more goals in that game. But you know how momentum is, especially away from home, like anything can happen. So it was important for me, it was important to get into halftime at 4-2. But I mean, we scored again to make it 5-2, which was like, okay, we're back on top now. Yeah. I think some of the players to pick out, like we talk about him all the time, but Saka again, like he's just amazing.
No, I've got a Rondo question.
At creativity. He's an amazing playmaker. He's a world-class playmaker now, in my opinion.
Oh,
and I feel like
I like that question. I like
the way
that.
he's
no. Just before you go there, I've got a statement for you. It's a Rondo question.
Okay.
Is Bukayo Saka now a world-class player?
100%.
Ah, I love it.
100%,
I love it. I love
100%.
it.
You want me to back
You
that?
go tell me why.
100%.
You go put the bib on and tell me why.
He's a 100% world class player.
100% a world class
100%
player.
world-class
I love to hear it.
100%.
So explain to me why Bukayo Saka has now become a world class player. You're saying he's with the best in the world. He can walk into any team in the world.
If you look at the year on year, this guy's improvements from when he first started, every year he takes a further step towards greatness, really. Like his goals and assists are always up year on year. Last year, I think he got 16 in the league. This year, he's already got 10 assists in the league. So he's always getting the stats more and more improved. He's doing it at bigger and bigger stages throughout his career. Obviously, he's done it in the Euros. At the World Cup, he was really good. And then in this Euros as well, he was quite good. His stats-wise in the Champions League, I think that's the elite of the elite competitions for a club player. Like I think it's the ratio of the amount of games that he's got a goal and an assist in the same game in the Champions League is the best all time for like minimum, I think 10 matches, something like that.
Really?
Yeah, I think he has 4 games out of not many, not like 10 or 11 or 12, where he's got a goal and an assist in that game. And that's why I think Saka's world class, because not only is he scoring goals, he's making goals, and sometimes at the same time. He's a unique winger in which he's really dangerous at both. So as a defender, it's really hard to come up against someone like that, where they can go down the byline and whip in a really good cross. They can cut in and have a shot. They can make runs in behind you, and they're good from set pieces. Like he is close to the full package. Like honestly, like him and Salah are the standard bearers for right wingers in the world, in my opinion. And they're both different types of right wingers. Like Salah's just a pure hungry goal scorer. Like he'll get you goals. Like if you want someone to score,
Just a pure.
no, not he's more than that. But
I know you watched that pass today.
I saw that pass today. I did see that pass today.
Okay.
But like he's a goal hungry, he's a goal getter.
He's an
like,
efficiency guy.
Yeah, he's an efficiency guy. Whereas Saka, I feel like he's got more about him in terms of playmaking. He's got more about him in terms of working with his midfield players, unselfish play, like creating, bringing in others into play. Salah has that a lot as well. But I think Saka the level he's showing right now is definitely world class in my opinion. And I can't think of any right wingers apart from Salah who are better than him. So in my opinion, he's definitely world class. And I feel like he can keep going another level. This isn't the ceiling for Saka. He's gonna keep getting better.
Keep on getting
and
better,
it's scary in my opinion. He could genuinely be. There was a season where Henry got 20 and 20. Now I don't know if Saka can ever get 20 and 20.
He can get 20 and 20.
I don't know if he can get 20 and 20, but he can get you a 15 and a 18 or something like that. He can get you a lot of goals and a lot of assists.
Yeah.
He just needs to kill a 9 with him.
Yeah,
Imagine
I
that.
genuinely no. The way Saka's playing this season, it's different level.
It's crazy, man.
Like and that's the thing. He keeps on getting better and better, and it's surprising. Like you keep on kind of thinking that this is probably not you guys. Some Arsenal fans think there's a bit of a split. Some Arsenal fans that used to be fair. You said that this kid's just gonna keep on getting better and better.
100%.
You know, people like me, I thought kind of last season that's where he is, and then it's like he learns more about the game and he starts bringing more things into the game, whether it's corners, whether it's like suddenly he starts whipping that back post cross like even more, and he's kind of it's just different packages, like you guys say, that he downloads. He's honestly forming into a top player, and absolutely fair enough to
in fact I won that Rondo.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
But furthermore, like one of the other things that he's improved on a lot is his arrogance, like his demeanor. Like I want to thank Ian Wright because when Ian Wright said this guy should play left back, I feel like something in Saka's head was like, all right, these men are violating me a bit too much now because like, maybe I'm a bit too nice. People think I can just like do anything other people want.
When he had an interview
he's a bit annoyed about it. I feel like something in his head. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but like since the start of the season, he's had this like him like mentality where like sometimes he celebrates, he's shrugging like, who else do you think's gonna score today? It's gonna be me. Like he's a bit more arrogant, he's a bit more cocky. Good. He gets into beef a little bit as well. Like he got into a tussle yesterday with Palmeiras. I was looking, I was a proud dad. I was like, fair enough. He's back in beef. Like
that's a little bit nerdy.
Nah, but you know what I mean?
Gassing up him, just shoving into a player.
No, but listen, like, it shows you that he's developing a bit of nastiness to him, and like you know what, like. You need that as a top player. You do need a bit of arrogance. You need a bit of nastiness to you. You can't let people take you for idiot. Like
no, you can't. I think people feed into it a bit too much sometimes. I think you can be a nice player and be a top. You can be a nice guy and be a top player. I think it's about like in general. Like I think Saka's still a well brought up nice guy, but I do think you need to have a level of arrogance on the pitch, which I think he started to bring into him. You need to think, like I'm the guy. Like so you bring it to me. I'll do something. I don't mind if I waste the ball trying to pass. I'll take my fullback on. I think I'm better than him.
Ball, like.
So you need so and I think he's adopting a bit of that. I used to think last season he used to play safe a bit too much. And now he's doing whatever he wants on it. He's moving silly with it.
Every time someone says, we need to see him do it here, we need to see him do it here, we need to see him do it here, then he does it. Then what's next? Like, what more do you want to see from him? I think the only thing people even Arsenal fans are saying is the last 6 games of the season say we need to win the title. Like we're going for it.
You need that
Can you
crunch
get
bit.
so many goals?
I think he can do it though.
I believe he can do it as well.
I think he can do it, man. You got to remember he's young as well, and
Yeah.
I think you see the confidence growing. I think he's got it.
I believe
But one thing I just want to do say quickly on Saka is, so I made a video yesterday talking about the fact that he has 10 assists in 13 games and really might equal Kevin De Bruyne and Henry's record of 20 assists is amazing. And I think he really might just do it. And so many people came in the comments and started saying, how many corners though?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not even an Arsenal fan, and it started to really tick me off because
to them,
when
man.
it was a small agenda thing, okay, I'm hearing it, but it really seems to be something that people are just hammering on about. And I'm like, sorry, if you are creating goals and some of your goals are your corners because you take accurate, swerving, cold corners,
Yeah.
bro, tell your winger to do it as well. I don't understand.
exactly
like,
like-
if we had an elite goal scorer going to break a goal record, did we say, and the fact that he's good at taking pens or score some free kicks, would we start docking his goals? No. And even if you took, Saka has 3 corners anyway out of 10 assists. He's got 7 assists anyway, so it's an amazing return. I think it's so stupid to even mention it as a point. Haaland broke the goal record 2 years ago. Everyone was raving it. He took pens.
Yeah.
He took pens. It's just like, I don't get it. It makes no sense to me, man.
Corners are an art. Like to be a good corner taker is a very good thing. Like you're not just spamming across, and there's beauty and there's art to our corners. Like we actually set it up well.
Yeah,
and even when Gabriel was getting all these goals, like with his great runs and they're blocking, but you have to take an accurate corner to find Gabriel. So I mean,
if you actually watched Arsenal, you look at some of them corners. Declan Rice is really good from the other side as well. Like some of the corners, the way that they swerve like over the keeper and into that proper danger area there. That's a quality corner. You're not going to find a lot of players that can take a corner like that.
Honestly, I want him to score 10 more assists from corners just to make people really angry about it. Because if you're going to be angry about nothing, he might as well just be scoring all his assists from corners. Like, it's ridiculous. But they always find something to criticize.
Yeah, it's football tribalism doing too much for me sometimes.
You can give credit to a player when it's due. Like, in my opinion.
But yeah, no, that's football tribalism for you. But anyway, cool. Moving on, I think fair enough for Arsenal. We just spoke about Bukayo Saka, but I think it's a big comment. I know you don't mind.
I love that guy. Shout out Odegaard as well, man. He played well. Man.
Yeah. I think he's been different coming to the team. Like he's just completely.
I saw that. So I put this in the GC yesterday. So I saw a stat where it's like most GA this season. And it was Salah, Saka, Haaland, Palmer. And I said, are they the best 4 players in the league? And some people said Odegaard would be in there, which I don't have a problem with. Some people said KDB as well.
Come on, man! It's 2024.
Are we saying Odegaard's better than De Bruyne or no?
It's tough to say better, but I think you have to say, can Kevin De Bruyne stay fit anymore? He's been fit for weeks now, and he's not starting games because he can't play games. So till I'm convinced that Kevin De Bruyne can play 90 minutes of football, I'm not really going to have him in the best crop of players this season, am I? He can't play. I'm sure he's good when he can play and he still has that ability, but I'm not really convinced of his physical capability. So I'd have it as that for an Odegaard right now.
Fair enough. No, I'd agree as well. But yeah, Palmer for Chelsea.
More attacking players, you'd say. Obviously, you have your Van Dijks, Gabriel. Your Salibas, Trents. They're still amazing players as well. But if you're looking at the more blockbuster players, it would be those. And of course, Rodri as well, but he's out. But yeah, cool. Moving on to Chelsea. Beat Aston Villa 3-0. Very convincing win. And Aston Villa side that we all thought would be in for the top 4, but they obviously aren't in the best of form. They have played some tough teams, especially away from home, but still really looking quite poor. First, we'll talk about Chelsea. Are they on for a title charge? That's my question to you, Cass.
I don't want to, because it would sound like I'm being a hypocrite, because we're on the same amount of points, goals difference, goals scored, goals against, wins. We're only above them because our name begins with A. Like, but seriously? Yeah, we have identical records, like completely identical.
So it's just alphabetical.
Yeah. So it would sound a bit hypocritical for me to say we're in a title race and they're not. I just feel like in the cycle of the team, I wouldn't want to put too much pressure on them to say you're in a title race. You have to, stick with the challenge, because I don't think they will. I still feel like there are some weird performances that Chelsea have at times in certain games where they just lose concentration. I still think defensively there's some question marks, especially over their goalkeeper. Fofana's injured today, so again over their back 4. I have to say that Cucurella's been really good, but just fitness issues with the defence. I think offensively though, they have a really good crop of attacking players, particularly Jackson, who's doing really well at the moment. I think him and Palmer, they have a good understanding, and I think Chelsea will be in the top 4. I think now. I don't think I had them in my top 4 at the start of the season, but I think they'll make the top 4, to be honest. And I feel like they'll be there or thereabouts, kind of close to the top, but they'll kind of tail away around sort of February, March time. But I think they're gonna have a good season, and I think that it's a good foundation to be in a proper title race next season. But I just think it'll be a bit too early this year, just based on the cycle of the team. What do you think? What do you think?
No, I wouldn't have them in for the title race. Like you said, I just think they're not convincing every week. And I don't think as well they have that faith. Look at when they played against Old Trafford. When they played against United at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
I just felt like they didn't really have that. They were 1-1 against them. And I wasn't even seeing them be like, you know, if Arsenal and Liverpool are in that game, like they sense, they don't care that they've gone away to Old Trafford. They know that United aren't as good as them.
Yeah.
So they're doing things like they're asking for the ball. It's a disrespect thing. It's 70th minute. It's 1-1. They're asking for the ball quickly. Like they're trying to up the tempo because they don't rate them. They know that they're a better team. I saw Chelsea be 1-1 in that game and they're looking comfy. I'm like, bro, you're playing a weak United team right now. You know.
10 hard.
You would never see Arsenal, Liverpool, or City playing like that against them. They're gonna lock. It was Van Nistelrooy, but you're gonna lock on and try and win. And I still don't really feel that. I also thought even against us at Anfield, again, I feel like they had a good period in that game, but I just don't feel like they really locked on.
You think it's an experience?
And they kind of I think it's just a bit of experience. I think it's just naturally, you know, the belief was. I actually feel like they have the quality to challenge for the league. Yes, they have a bit like at least sort of have a challenge and then kind of like maybe drop off in like February. But I think they're gonna even drop off sooner than that. I think they'll drop off kind of as we start going into the new year, just a bit off the Arsenal and Liverpool for say, because I just don't feel like they quite have that faith yet, you know, in the team. And sometimes it takes a little bit of a while, you know. You want to finish like third and then you'd be like, whoa, you know, maybe then you get like another little player and then you start thinking, okay, we can kick on, new manager, stuff like that. So I don't think it's a big thing, but yeah.
No.
But Cole Palmer again, goal and assist.
Yeah, again, he's crazy, man.
Is he better than Saka?
No. I can't even bet Saka. But he's crazy though. They're both better than Foden though. I'll tell you that.
Oh, Palmer's better than Foden?
Yeah, Palmer's better than Foden. Saka's better than Foden. Foden's third in that list. And he's the oldest, isn't he? Like,
yeah, he might be,
Yeah, but I mean, like, Palmer again, like, I feel like a lot of the reason why people are Palmer in these big conversations is because he demands the ball, demands authority from the team. Like, you know how I said Foden is like a supply teacher? Like, no, Palmer's the headmaster in his team. Like, he runs everything. Like, give me the ball, I'll spray it out this way, I'll spray it out that way.
Take shots.
I run the offense. Like, I shoot, I create. That's the thing with Palmer. Like, that's why he's in these conversations, because he's a big boy on the pitch and like he's trying to do things. The only thing the things I'll take away from him is in big matches he's not always as effective. Like, outside of penalties, he hasn't really got a significant amount of goals or assists in these big matches. So that would be the one thing for him to improve. I mean, he did score in a Euros final, but I mean, for club level,
there's not been a lot. But I don't think it's a huge thing. I think people are making a big deal
Suarez
out of it because he's got a lot of because he's got a lot of hype. You know, some of it has been, you know, a bit OTT, but still, he's an amazing talent, and I think it will come naturally. He's 22 or something like that. You know, he's going to be able to start, you know, really finding solutions to being man marked out of games or whatever it is against the very best. And you're going to see him start having some big performances against the Cities, against the Liverpools and against the Arsenals.
Do you think Man City, if they get rid of like De Bruyne, they should try and bring Palmer back?
He'd be a good replacement. It's very tough to take a Premier League side's best player. Because, you know, you've seen it when they're not even challenging and they still make it very difficult. Like, so Chelsea will be at least in Champions League, like spots, I think. Yeah. You're looking at a team like Spurs that was a lot more up and down. They still didn't let like Kane go to Man U. So I think it's going to be very hard to get him. You're going to pay a crazy premium. So I feel like Cole Palmer's probably set to be there unless he goes abroad, maybe to like Madrid. I think it'll be hard unless he runs down his contract. Yeah. But I don't know if he loves
in 20 years. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he loves City that much to do that because he's a United fan growing up.
Also.
So maybe United, you don't know.
If they're good enough, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. His contract's like 11. You can't even run it down.
Yeah, you can't run that down. Like, you'll be like 50 when he runs out.
And they'll demand 150.
Yeah, exactly.
It's probably worth that, to be honest. But yeah, no, cool. Villa, quickly. What's going on?
How many games out?
Is Emery still a better manager than Arteta?
7. I've never ever said he was. So, firstly, when the day Emery got fired by Arsenal, I was in my office. I went outside. I looked outside. I was like, "This is a great day." Honestly,
was the sun shining?
He drove. It was winter time, so it wasn't raining. But no, he drove me
crazy.
But
it felt like the sun was shining.
It felt like I felt warm, bro. Like, no, I've always said Arteta's better than Emery, but I've always given Emery his respect. Like, I've always said Emery's the sort of manager that, like, the big teams, they're not necessarily tailor-made for him, innit? But the teams where he can really build a reputation, where his reputation is bigger than the players and almost bigger than the club. Villa's quite a big club, but where his reputation isn't dwarfed by the size of the club. Like that's where he does his best work. Like there was always this analogy like if Ancelotti and Emery swaps jobs, they both fail because like Emery wouldn't be able to handle the big egos at Real Madrid, and like Ancelotti just doesn't have the time to build a team like Villa. But like Emery's had this opportunity to build Villa. He's built them into a great team. So they're in the Champions League. I don't take their Champions League results away from them. Yeah, they've done well in the Champions League. They have a chance of making the next round. They've been in a bit of poor league form. I wouldn't be saying it's panic time for Villa fans or anything like that. But like Emery does go through these things where when it's going really well, it goes really well, and like he puts a run of wins together. But when it's going really badly, like all of a sudden he can't buy a win out of anywhere. Like he's quite a snowball kind of manager. Like, it's quite hard to get out of that bad form. So they need to find a way. I don't know what their next games are. Hopefully they're quite easy because he needs something to get a win out of. Because defensively they've not been too good, and today they were making all sorts of mistakes at the back. Like some of the things that Martinez was doing today was quite.
Yeah, confidence is starting to go down, and that's when players just start playing.
And players are not scoring. Like Watkins isn't scoring.
But I was always confused when people were saying that Emery's a better manager than Arteta, especially right now. Yeah, like I did always think that. Listen, like I know Arsenal, like Emery's a more accomplished manager than Arteta.
He's done more in the game.
He's done more in the game. I think Arteta has to, have years in the game and achieve something and win stuff to be on the same level. But I always just say, Arsenal fans and like there's a subset of Arsenal fans that don't like Arteta and rival fans. If you were to pick a manager tomorrow for your club, for a big club, you are not picking Emery. You would pick Arteta over Emery every day of the week. You take the risk. Yeah. On him, and I don't think it's even major risk. You know that Arteta, he does all the right things for like new tactics kind of coming in for a top club. Yeah. Don't really think Emery has that. I think, the smaller clubs slightly smaller clubs seems to be where it's a bit better for him. And then he overachieves with those clubs. And if you're comparatively, you'd want a manager that looks like they can, potentially take a big club actually forward. So
it's quite funny. Like you'd say Emery's like center of gravity is 4th or 5th, and whether you're Man City or like Fulham, he's just gonna get you there. Like he'll just get you to that position and then do nothing else. Like honestly, but Arteta's better than Emery. I mean, I've never ever said Emery was better, and I feel like like you said, if all these rival fans are saying, "Oh, this and that," like you hire Emery, then like Man United fans, you take him. Then, like, you wouldn't. Like, so.
Yeah, but you got to keep him quiet and win some trophies, isn't it? I think Arteta is 6 seasons in. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to say it, but obviously, what phase is slotting?
All right. You can have that. You can have that.
What phase is slotting?
All right.
But if he wins the title this year,
it's looking peak for Arteta.
It's not. It's peak for you, dog.
I did joke.
Don't worry about Arteta. It's peak.
I did joke to like my
and your boy Jalen. I'll egg his house. Oh, you might already know Jalen. You might know my Liverpool fans there. I'll be.
Listen, it'll be slightly embarrassing.
I will drop his address on this channel.
Nah, come on, man. It'll be slightly embarrassing if Slot does it straight away.
It will be very embarrassing, especially like the pedestal.
We'd have to win the Champions League.
Yeah,
we'd have to do something like that. I thought we'll win the League Cup. I think we're in the quarterfinal. We're in the League Cup.
League Cup. Do you think that will mend?
That won't mend anything. I'm saying this season. I think we'll win the League Cup.
So are you mentioning it?
We got to go for the title. No, trophies, but get trophies.
Yeah, no, it's good to get trophies. I think it would have been more for. Yeah, it's good to get trophies. I think Arsenal need to get some.
I think the League or the Champions League we probably need to get this
year. But it's not wins the Premier League.
That's peak.
I think almost if it went to City, it'd still be peak, to be honest, and you'd still be thinking you might.
At the moment, it has to go to Arsenal because if it goes to City from this position, then we're both finished. We're both finished. Yeah. If it goes to you,
never will though. City,
then Arteta's embarrassed. Like a guy came in quickly, won the league title.
No investment,
bro. No, that's peak.
I tell you, spent 600 million.
It's peak. Phase 6. Don't worry. Phase 7.
Phase 6.
Phase 7. We'll get something.
Hey man, quickly on match roundup. Just wanted to say, Amorim's United 4-0.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah. New manager.
Did you catch the game?
I didn't watch the game, but I heard Rashford was balling up. I heard Bruno was doing well. Xerxes scored. So when the players are out of form or getting back into form with a new manager, you can tell the bounce is there, innit? Yeah. Everton, they're not a great team. But defensively, they've been good this season. So to hear that they scored 4 against them, I was like, okay, that's something.
It's impressive.
Yeah, we got them on Wednesday.
Rashford's a weird one, isn't he? It's like Rashford's got this little cycle in the game where it's like, he kind of like new manager bounce comes in, and he's feeling good, things are going well, and he's popping. He's looking like one of the best inside forwards in the league. Then things kind of go toxic with that manager, and then he is looking dire. Yeah. Then that manager gets sacked. The new manager bounce starts again, and it's just like this consistent kind of cycle with him. I think when you're looking at Rashford, I think he's a player that he is a very much a confidence player. He needs that stability in the club. it almost needs he needs that stability in his private life as well. Apparently, I don't know too much, but
but is it
United
new
fans and
manager bounce
details.
or new milk bounce?
Yeah.
Like, which one is it? Like,
Oh my
which
lord!
Is it? Which is it?
Oh my
Tell
lord!
me, Marcus. Why are you balling out all of a sudden? We see the papers, bro.
It feels like he needs a bit of both. Apparently, back in the past when he's been with his girlfriend, it's been better.
Yeah.
He's got a new babe now, apparently, in Grace from Love Island. So that's started clapping, yeah. So you never know that has a factor as well. But I think he's the type of guy that he needs. The best players, they're able to play through adversity in their private life. In regards to the club, he seems like he needs that around him. So United need to try and build that environment for him and probably get some other world.
Like Man United, I mean, I don't know where they go really. Like I don't know how they reassert themselves back at the top, like into top 4 or to the title. And I feel like Rashford he's kind of comfortable at the moment, and I feel like I don't want to say they need to part ways or anything like that, but like where do they really go from here? Like do they just get back into Champions League? Are they trying to get league titles and really mount a serious trophy charge again? I don't see that happening. So like I don't know what the future holds for Amram and Man United, but it's been a good start. So we'll give them time, innit? But no, we won't give them time. Wednesday we're gonna smoke them.
Eddie, I feel like you might. Yeah. I feel like you might, but we'll see what they can do. We'll see what they can do. Eddie Nketiah's not scored in 8 games. You told me that you think you would look good at him.
Did I? Did I? Did I actually say that? Because I didn't mean it. Nah.
You said you think he'd do all right.
Bless him.
You went on ish sort of thing.
I was interested in how he would do at a smaller club, like playing more, leading the line. He doesn't even play that much. He doesn't even start at Palace.
They go for Mateta.
So, yeah, I've heard from my Palace fans, obviously from the area, that like it's not working so far. Like honestly, like they're quite astounded by the fee they paid and the output they're getting. I feel like
it's so weird that they paid 30 million when they had a striker.
Yeah, and I didn't know Palace would. It seems like not a lot of money, but for Palace, that's a lot of money to be spending on a player. Like you have to be 100% sure on the ability of that player to really spend that kind of money for a team at Palace. And Nketiah didn't really show at Arsenal that he could get you like 15 goals with a lower team in the league, and I never really believed that. So for them to spend that sort of money on him, like you say, with a striker, I was quite confused at. And I feel like he hasn't lived up to the fee at all at the moment. And yeah, 8 games or 9 games, whatever, no goals in the league. It's not good enough. And I feel like Eddie's a confidence player. He needs a run of games to get into the groove of things. But when you've not been scoring, you're not going to get those games. So he's in the tight situation right now where he needs to just
Don't you think it shows a bit of a weird thing about Arsenal where you guys do this thing where you kind of like gas up these fringe players that aren't really on much, like Nketiah, El Neni. Like you guys are the weirdest players. I've got mad fans. Reece Nelson. All of these guys, mid.
The system has done well for them. The system has made them look better than they are. But yeah, no, Nketiah is one of those people where there was a little time in the title. Cedric does not have fans.
Okay, yeah, fair.
He supports that.
Cedric didn't have fans. Okay, fair.
Like, yeah,
the others though.
There's Nketiah fans out there. I won't name names, but there's some strange.
The only one who deserved fans was ESL.
Smith Rowe. I'm still a Smith Rowe fan as well.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Smith Rowe.
I missed that guy.
That's a good player.
That's a guy we could have done.
Tottenham drew 1-1 to Fulham. There's no consistency. But quickly, tweets of the week as our bonus topic. Let me just read a couple.
Tottenham crap.
So this one's funny. Salah captained himself and took City defenders out of his FPL team before dropping the goal and assist against them to move Liverpool.
That's disgusting.
All the way at the top of the league. That is great,
bro. Bro, that's so peak. Like,
the confidence
that's a real
is peak.
G right there. Like, man said he sold the City defenders. Said I'm scoring.
Man put himself captain.
I'm captain. He's my captain. Thank you.
And then he bagged a goal and assist as well, bro. He's living up to it, man.
No, I can't lie. That's what you want from your star player. You want the arrogance to say, I'm scoring today, and like I don't care who I have in my team, you're coming up.
This tweet I've got on here is mad. It says, so obviously Enzo had a good game today.
Yeah.
And it's basically showing, is that a good game? He scored twice in the last 2 games. And in the last 3, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 4 GA in his last 3 games after being, kind of a bit subpar at Chelsea. Yeah. And someone said, divorce your wife tonight. That is wild. For context, Enzo Fernandez has just announced a few games ago that he's going through a divorce. He wants to go back to the streets. Seems like his form has taken an upturn. So I don't know, man.
He's back in the streets and he's back on form. Like I don't know what was going through his mind though. Like this whole separation thing.
No, the separation thing is crazy.
don't
The
judge on the
reasoning
run,
is
though.
crazy.
Yeah, he wants to.
No, I judge him for the reasoning.
Okay, fair.
Bro is giving up his wife and kids because he says, "Oh, I want to be young again and go in the street."
That is insane. Like when you think about it, like
That's a horrible reason to go away from your
genuinely
family.
horrible. And like,
I can't even believe you opened your mouth to say it.
like, why did you tell her? Like you got to tell her you're going through bad stuff. Like you need some time.
You know the bars, yeah.
Nah. I don't know nothing, bro. I don't know nothing.
Well, yeah, no, that's terrible. We just have like 2 more. Let me just go quickly. In the meantime, Spurs, they drew against Fulham.
Yeah, Spurs, man.
Talk a little bit
Them
about
man are
that.
weird. Like, I mean, they beat Man City 4-0, then they draw Roma, and then they draw Fulham. Like, I don't really get it with Ange. I don't think he's getting any consistency in them, and he must be really stressed out, like trying to find a solution because they have a good team on paper. Like, they have good midfielder. Kulusevski's had a great season so far. Like, they have some good options, but it just seems like in games they just can't control the game for like large swathes of them. They allow lots of chances from the opposition, especially at home. Like, they're giving away a lot of chances at home.
Just Spursy.
Yeah, they're just Spursy.
This one quickly. It's from Lee Gunner. Calafiori is a scrub. Zinchenko is better on the ball, better passing, more composed, and better defensively.
All right.
The scrub will be at FC,
Okay.
comma, inside 2 years.
Yeah.
The only weak link in this team today.
Okay. League Gunner tweets. We don't read League Gunner tweets. That guy's insane.
How does this guy find... You won 5-2
He's the worst guy out there.
against West Ham.
He's the worst guy out
And
there.
he still finds negativity. I don't even think Calafiori was that bad.
He just lives with negativity. Like he just wants something to moan about. Like we could win the game 8-0. He's like, why didn't we win 9-0 after tear out and stuff like that? So I don't really take in what that guy says. Like he needs to get a life.
Yeah, he's toxic. And then the last one, Yamal ain't at this level. And let's be honest, neither is Mo Salah. Talking about Bukayo Saka.
I can't back that one. But
Fairs.
he's better than Yamal though.
He's better than Yamal.
He's better than Yamal though.
But you're still saying Salah is the best right winger in the world.
Salah's getting you 30 goals. You can't really argue with that. But Saka is not far away.
He's
like,
not far.
Those two are the standard bearers for right wingers. Like honestly. Like,
Okay, no, that's a good
But
way to end the show. I like that you still have respect.
I respect Salah. I respect Salah a lot. Like he's done a lot in this league over the years. Like you can't talk down on him really. Like and he's still keeping up the level. Like I said, he's finished in it a few months ago. I still think as overall physically player, like he's not the same, but he's finding ways
IQ.
adapt his game. Like, I saw a stat earlier today. Like all his physical stats are down from under clock, but all his like output stats are higher under slot. So he's finding a way
I think
to
it's
adapt his
helping
game.
him as well,
So,
not having to run
man.
as much.
I can't knock it, man. Liverpool, you look good, man. I'll be real.
That tweet was from that non-W thing, Spanner. So whatever it says.
Yeah.
Another.
So many tacticals, too many tacticals, man. That takes of JG as well. He's that guy, man.
but anyway, man, we've approached time. Thank you very much, man. It's a lovely week. That was a lovely show. I enjoyed it. We will see you next week, where I think we might just seal this title for real.